Hello, 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 everybody. I am back at you with another review. I know it's been a couple of days and I feel weird not being here. But anyways, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff because life really is too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of you when I am here. I know it's a lot lately, but I have lots and lots and lots to review for you. And as you can see over my shoulder here, there's lots there as well. So I got stuff from directors and stuff I purchased myself that I have to review. So there's so much more. So anyways, also one last little tidbit of information. Check out the stuff in the description box. I always like to give you a little bit bigger taste of every single movie of every single day. I give you your brief synopsis, your starring cast, your directors, your runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating if there is one that exists. Let's see, we also do some trivia if I find anything worthwhile of mentioning. I try to get you a link for either a trailer or a scene from the movie itself, but with today's movie, I was unable to find either or. But I did get you a link for where you can purchase this bad boy. It is located over at Etsy.com. It is under the NBNH Films banner, and it stands for No Budget, No Help Films. You know, they are very, very fun label. I really enjoy their stuff. I own almost every single thing. I own all their movies. I just don't own all their music. But someday. Anyways, but now that I got all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a dandy, like I said earlier, and is none other than Slumber Party Gore Tales. Yes, my friends. This is a fun little film. It is an anthology film comprised of four stories that includes the wraparound, which is hosted by none other than Daniel and Allison from Whit, Gardenia. Which is a fun segment itself, which their segment, I'll go ahead and roll into that one right now. Their segment, you know, obviously they host in between each segments, which we have 3 separate segments directed by Tony Newton, William Cate, and Gore Filth. So there is definitely a nice plethora of style there. All 3 of those are just completely different from each other, and it is nice. It's a fun watch. But anyways, Whit Gardenia. Let me adjust this camera here just a pinch and scoot it just this way a pinch. There we go. That looks a little better. Anyways, but Whit Gardenia, they are hosting in between each segment. And with their segment, they decide that they're going to bring back Daniel's severed pinky finger. And with Daniel's severed pinky finger, which has been frozen and saved. And by the way, this is 100% real. This is his real finger. He did really chop it off, and it was a very gnarly scene. And I believe that was in the XXX Dark Web anthology film. It is also located on the Mutilation Theater film, which I covered last week, or not last week, but the week before. But anyways, they decide that they're going to pop up some popcorn, and they're going to fry up that finger. And they serve the popcorn and the finger on a nice fresh bed of kale lettuce, and they decide they're going to have some popcorn and have a couple little nibbles off of the finger. Daniel happened to have said that it tasted much better this time around than it did the first time around. I thought that was pretty wild, but yeah. That's what you get with the Whit Gardenia segments. It is very, very interesting. Not for everyone. I can imagine it would probably make some people squeamish, especially with the whole finger thing. But me, it's art and entertainment. So I look at it like that. I think their stuff's beautiful, but that's me. Anyways, now let's roll on to the first segment of the film, and that is done by none other than Tony Newton. Tony Newton did a pseudo-snuff style-esque found footage type film. I wouldn't say found footage, but a pseudo snuff-esque type film. But it is very interesting. It does not meet my three criterias of the dialogue, editing, and audio. The main reason it does not meet all three criterias is because there is not really that much dialogue to it at all, if any at all. So that it doesn't get that on the dialogue, but it does well on audio and editing. There is a very cool special effects things going on in here. There's a really cool hand chopping off scene that I really enjoyed, and that I had to check that scene out a couple of times just because I thought it was just done really well, and they did just a superb job with it. The effects crew did with that one. Now let's roll on to the second one of the day, and that is Bill Cate's segment, and it is a very fun one. It is actually, I'm going to admit it right now, it is my favorite segment out of all of them. It made me laugh until I cried. It was so done so well and funny, and just tongue in cheek, and just made me just wanna just jump up and down and laugh and yell. It was just so much fun. Basically what it is Bill has gone through and he has done a little homage to one of both his and my favorite one of our favorite slashers from the 80s, and that is Slumber Party Massacre, which is a very fun slasher. It has a very interesting killer who runs around with a power drill. It has a lot of really bad campy jokes in it. It is just 100% campy schlock. It is great. It is 100% worth every penny and every minute of its time. If you have not watched it, definitely do yourself a huge favor. Run out, check out Slumber Party Massacre, and also after you're done with that, check out Slumber Party Gore Tales and check out Bill Cate's segment. It is absolutely hilarious. And what he does is he basically has all these little dollies. They're about yay big. He talks with a high-pitched voice with them, and he makes them dance around naked and kiss and get pizza and talk about boys. And oh my God, I laughed until I cried, and it was just so ridiculous and silly and fun, and there's just so many little jokes and nods to Slumber Party Massacre that you just have to watch it to believe it. And all the while, I commend the hell out of Bill for this, because he made a little cardboard house out of, a little box that he made into a cardboard house, and he's got this dividing wall in it, which has a little door. And every time God bless him, he makes the little dollies go through that door, even though that damn wall keeps falling down every single time. And he even makes a note, why does my wall keep falling down? And it just made me laugh even more. And I'm glad that he kept that in there, because I thought that was just added a little more panache to it. It was really funny. And then when you get to the end, it is a little bloodbath. It's funny how he does it, spraying blood everywhere, and it just gets bonkers. And then eventually what he does is the camera pans back, and it shows Bill himself, and he picks up a butcher's knife, and he goes into the house, and he has a little fun and tickles his insides. Interesting ending, very interesting segment, very fun. Now on to the third segment, which is done none other than by our good friend Gore Filth. God bless Gore Filth. I love him as well. He did a segment on a girl. It's really kind of sad in ways. It's about a girl who is calling up her friends friends, I say loosely, to basically see if they're going to come over and stay for a slumber party. They all rudely decline her. I forget who all three of the friends were. I know Dixie Gers was one of them, and the great Herman was another one. Oh, excuse me. But they all insult her in various fashion and just basically talk mad shit to her, and they hurt her feelings to the point to where she kills herself. In turn, which makes Gore set out a plan for revenge. Yes, it is very, very interesting, very good. It's probably, I would say, my second favorite segment out of the whole ordeal. It is very good, very well made. It is probably his most well made and most polished film that he has done. Granted, it does have his Z grade style and stamp of approval on it, but it does have it is very polished, and it is done really, really, really well. Now, let's roll on to technical abilities, onto that one. Oh, I forgot to do technical abilities for Bill. Bill meets all three criteria. The audio is great. I understood every single word that he was saying. There was not a single time where I had to rewind it back and be like, what the fuck did you just say? I did not understand a word you just said. That was great. The dialogue was good as well. It had fun dialogue. It made sense. I'm guessing it was a lot of improvisation. Maybe you had an outline drawn up on what you wanted to say and do on some things, but then you improv'd a lot of the other. I have a feeling, which is really cool. I really enjoyed that segment, and it's one of my, like I said, it was my favorite out of all four of the segments, including that wraparound. And now, as far as editing goes, it meets the editing criteria as well. It doesn't seem jumbled or weird or disconjointed in any places. There's lots of long one-shot takes. I really enjoyed that. Definitely an A+ film, for as silly as what it was for a horror comedy. And technical abilities for Gore Filth. He also meets all three criterias as well. The audio was good. I once again didn't have any troubles understanding things that are said. It was done really, really, really well, and I applaud that. The dialogue was good, especially the one they got to talking trash to the poor girl. I even found myself kind of getting a little angry, like hell no, you ain't gonna treat her like that just because she wants to have a little fun, the poor thing, it's bullshit. But anyways, and then as far as editing, he edited it quite well. Like I said, this is his most polished film that I've seen to date. I have not seen all of Gore's work. I've seen a handful of it. I own, obviously, this, the Safe Space trilogy, and I believe it's called Backyard Gore Torture or Gore Horror or something along those lines. I have that as well. He's come a long way from the Backyard Gore to this one. I feel like it really is a step up in a good and positive direction. I really applaud him for that. Now, let's go on to ratings. Now, let's do Tony's. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I think it could have been better. It could have been way worse. It was not bad, by any means. There's nothing negative or anything that I'm saying that I would say is not worth watching of it. Definitely don't take it that way. I would definitely watch every moment of this. And by the way, this has a 1 hour and 1 minute runtime. I'm guessing it's probably only about 45 to 48 minutes long into actuality, because they run credits at the very or not credits, but previews at the very beginning. Stuff for that White Gardenia's worked on, stuff that Bill, Cate, Tony Newton, and Gore Filth has worked on as well. So it does have previews on there. So definitely look for that. So it is a shorter anthology film. Could have been a little bit longer. That's my only real thing. I wanted excuse me again. I wanted a little more out of Gore Filth's segment. Now on to Bill Cate's segment. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. It entertained the hell out of me. Excuse me again. I got the hiccups. It is a very, very well made. It's very crisp. I like Bill's work. I've always liked Bill's work, especially from the movie Spent. If you have not seen Spent, definitely hop over to their Etsy page and buy a copy. I reviewed it months and months ago. It is very, very good. It is a 90s shot on film. It's a film. It's not a movie. It's a film. It's legit. So definitely check that out. It is well worth your while. And now on to Gore Filth's. I'm giving his a 3.5 out of 5. It could have been just a pinch better if he would have just got at least one revenge kill in there. I would have been like, yes, but I understand why he couldn't, because he had to film the people that she called were filmed remotely, so it's not like he could go to where they were located and film that stuff. So I overlook that. So it is not a negative either. So overall, I give this thing a 3.5 out of 5. Give it a watch. Go over to MB&H Films over on their Etsy page. I put that link in the description box. Get over there and buy stuff. They have awesome stuff. Safe Space Trilogy, amazing. Spent, amazing. Kano Vision, weird as hell, but good. Oh my gosh. And then also Slumber Party Gore Tales. So alright, I got that done. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I got another review I'm gonna do later on today for you guys. I'm doing a double feature day for you, just because I need to get caught up a little bit since I wasn't here for the last couple of days. But either way, I love all your faces, and I'll see you a little bit later. And